This type of messaging is dangerous, and I'll tell you why.
But this video may not be for brothers or my brothers, because we are not expected to understand this thing. Let's listen to Mommy, because Mommy has come out with some revelation that has gotten also some women in total disagreement with her. Let's look at the both side of the story. First is going to be our Mommy teaching about this particular revelation that she has for young girls, and then we have the reaction from women like her as well.
Bible says he that will have friends must first show himself friendly. You're squeezing your face. Nobody is calling me, but this is how your face is. Friday night you're at home. Monday you're at home. Tuesday you're at home. Instead of you to be smiling, be shining your teeth anywhere you are. When your friends are hanging out, say, I'm coming. When your colleagues are going to work, say, maybe that's where my husband will be. Let me dress up and join them. Show yourself friendly, and then you will have friends. All of you will be carrying natural hair about. Who natural hair help? Okay. Better wear your wig. I'm doing like this. And be flipping it. Go and spend that money on hair. Draw your brows. Buy lip gloss. Look good. Natural hair is not selling market. When you marry, you off your wig because you have entered. There's nothing they can do about it. But before you enter, don't be caught on fresh. Never. Package yourself well. I'm just spiritual. The guy will run. Where are you? Prayer meeting. Where are you going after work? Prayer meeting. Okay, what about this Friday? Prayer meeting. Oh, me, I'm a 𝐻𝐿𝐴 kind of woman. You know, I'm wearing the mantle of 𝐻𝐿𝐴. You will wear that mantle and be single. There is a time for everything. What happened to your midnight? How can't you pray there? In the evening, when he wants to take you out, say, I'm available. I'm available. What are you doing? Nothing. All the prayer meeting I've attended this year is okay. It's okay. Call Sister Yvonne, tell her, excuse me, you know, we are single. You know you are your husband's house. My Friday night, one guy wants to take me out. Please allow me today. Let's see if this is the one. Truly and truly, these are the issues. This is why sometimes men will not leave church to go and bring one Jezebel. Because all the sisters are unavailable. Always busy in prayer meeting, in fasting, in prayer. You're always there. Every meeting you are there. Bishop so in town, you are there. Bishop this is in town, you are there. Meanwhile, your friend is getting married. You didn't buy a 𝐻𝗵𝐵. You did not sew it well and cinch your waist. And snatch it. Snatch that waist. When you get there, you say, where is the man? You anoint yourself. Oil on my head. Visibility. 𝐗𝐿𝐴𝐵. When you get there, you smile. They will toast you. Generational curse. Go.
Now that was quite interesting, my dear. I was just watching. I say, hey. So the market that natural hair is not selling would be that you, the ladies, you are the market. And to a great extent, I see that society right now has made it to be that marriage is an achievement. I think so, of course. Even if you don't think so like that, you get to a point in your life that your parents will start, you know, firing you small. Woman, go and get married. Or if you're a man, men, they don't get to disturb men that much. I think it's most times the women, which I understand why sometimes she's trying to have this conversation, because we have over spiritualized women that would just be remaining spiritual, and while they are even in their cave of spirituality, people are not also seeing them there, because the men who are also in that cave probably they are looking for excitement elsewhere or something different from where they come from, which I understand the dynamics of this here, and she's trying to create a balance. But the point where she talked about natural hair and then seemingly looking at physical appearance as you know, something that also to some extent enhances your ability as a prospect is something that some women did not find settling. Now, I have not been married before. I am not married. So most times, if you watch my commentaries, I don't talk about things like this. I believe that when it comes to this particular kind of conversations, there are people that should be talking about it, not someone like George. Maybe one day when I get to that level, we can talk about marriage, and of course I'll use my experience as a mirror and all that. So I came across a particular lady that also reacted to this particular trend, and she is a natural hair activist. And this is what she had to say about what she said.
See, now I understand why you guys want me to react to this, because I've been here preaching about natural hair for over a decade. And honestly, this type of messaging is dangerous, and I'll tell you why. First of all, this babe is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, look at her wig, look at her face. She's beautiful. I love wigs. I love the fact that you can protect your natural hair. That is the original purpose of wigs, okay? It is not to replace what God has given you, okay? Wigs have their place. And before anybody says, oh, Nancy, rest, it's not that serious. It is serious. If my daughter was in this audience, I would shut this down, because we as Africans are already burdened with the unnecessary Eurocentric standards of beauty that we see perpetrated everywhere. We are being judged by the wrong standards of beauty, okay? In fact, I think this is a church, and I tried to listen to the entire thing. I just couldn't. So let's see what even the Bible says about this, since people want to go, the religious route. Let's see. What does the Bible actually say about beauty? I have a scripture that I love so much. It's 1 Peter chapter 3. Let's see if I can, find it. 1 Peter 3 verses 3 to 4. Your beauty should not come from outward adornments, such as braided hair and the wearing of gold jewelry and fine clothes. Instead, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. Guys, you cannot put a wig on a dark heart. The money you're supposed to spend on wigs, spend it on your inner self. Develop yourself, become emotionally stable. Present yourself just the way you are, a better version. If I spend that money buying natural hair care products, let's see whether your natural hair will not catch that man. I'm a living testimony. You guys, I've been natural. Well, next year I'll be married for a decade. And listen, when I come home and I do my hair like this for my husband, like this, he'll be like, look at this African queen. Look at this beauty. You are God himself. When God was thinking about beauty, he formed you. And I mean you from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. Nothing on your body is a market that sells for a period of time and stops selling. You will always be the prize, baby girl. You are beauty in itself. When God looks at you, he looks at himself. So don't let anybody tell you that you need to stop being yourself so that you can become the market, or deceive someone into marrying you so that eventually when you get into the marriage, you can now show your true self. No. If you deceive yourself in, you will find yourself out in no time. So guys, let's stop this type of messaging. Let's kill it, okay?
Now, having listened to her, I see the way she also gets to use scriptures to back up what she believes, or with respect to what she heard the lady say. And to a great extent as well, she's saying that her daughter would not be someone under that particular teaching to be listening to that. It just looks at our own self as Africans and what we have modeled to be our standard of beauty or our standard of relevance when it comes to society and what is obtainable. Do you understand? What she has said right now, probably if you were not a wig brands will want to contact her. Even the one she's wearing alone, you ladies would know how much she's wearing on her hair. I cannot tell. Whether it's bone straight, fish straight, monkey tail, cow straight, I don't know anyone. But of course, it looks quite cute, and for the woman to be complimenting how gorgeous she is, come on, you can imagine that. Don't even talk about me that was looking. So when it comes to this particular subject, even though it's more than just natural hair factor, which was the main pinpoint that was trending, another woman actually reacted to this right here, this lady.
It breaks my heart to do this video, but I just have to speak to it. One, because it is coming from the pulpit. Two, because I love the prophet, the pastor who made this message, and I know it went from a good place. The message of women looking good is too important but don't put it together with women having natural hair. The message will not be that for you to get married, you need to go out, wear a wig. Your natural hair is now a disadvantage so that you can get married. We cannot afford to hear this from the pulpit. Especially for me, I've been natural for over 8 years. And I push it, I preach it. It's a core part of my identity. To hear someone in a church, on the pulpit, talk about looking good so you can get married, and then saying looking good is affiliated to wig. It's like we don't understand who we are as Africans and the power of it. Because I also went to the salon 2 days ago to do my hair, and the lady, a Nigerian hairstylist, saw my hair and said, I can't do your hair, it's too full. Your hair cannot go into gel packing because it is too much. It is not possible. And I said, you are a Nigerian, you are an African. Our natural hair is full and kinky and you don't know how to handle it. So this is part of the problem. We have identity challenges, we have wrong messaging, we have the right intention. Women should go out, women should look good, women should look good so that they can attract men. There are many things wrong with this message, and this is from a place of love. I don't know if you agree or disagree. Put it in the comments. I would love to hear from you.
So you see what people are saying about that. I don't know what you think as a woman or as a lady, but this video may not be for brothers or my brothers, because we are not expected to understand these things. This is how they get to present and market themselves for us to come and look at and see it as a palatable, or as okay, this one is possible to mingle. You understand? So we are not expected to understand, but now we are seeing, or brothers, you are seeing what sisters are being taught. So my dear brothers, I will tell you, if the natural hair is nice for you, then go for it. Just know that when it comes to 𝐻𝐸𝐿 and 𝐼𝐡𝐚, all of them is expensive as well. So whether you are also accepting natural hair or wig, if you are accepting wig, just know that what you have accepted as a standard, when you get to marry madam, if you married up, it's okay. If you married down, probably you also have to be a provider as well. Whether you marry up or you marry down, what matters is that as well, as a man, you have to be also providing for that part of the expenses. But if it's natural hair, I think even natural hair sometimes is actually more expensive to maintain, but at least that one is natural. Shall you women know this thing is very, very complicated? I cannot talk about it, but anyway, you have listened to the women talk about it. What do you think? All in all, money is involved, whether it's coming from you or coming from the other party. But the thing I would say here, all in all, I would say is that if you are comfortable with natural hair, please stick to it. If you are comfortable with wearing wig and making your hair, braiding your hair or something, please stick to it. Either ways, both of them need maintenance. One might be more expensive than the other, but do what is comfortable for you. But for a fact, right there, what you have trained yourself with over time becomes what you find yourself comfortable in. If you train your kids to be wearing wig every time, to be doing attachment and all of those things, that is what they're going to be accustomed with. If you train your kids to be using their natural hair, how to maintain it and all that, they become used to it, and even combing it will not be an issue like people say, oh, it's painful to comb and all that. So everything depends on how you are trained. Train up a child in the way he should go, so when he grows he will not depart from it. She is training her congregation as to what she expects them or how she would want them to behave if they really want to get married. Then after getting married, you can remove your wig. What's the point there? So you are packaging them for marriage so that when they get into the marriage, they will turn to something else. If a guy has been seeing wig and it's like, wow, I like this, you're always looking hot. Now you have entered the marriage, you're no more hot anymore. A bruise, flat tire. What is wrong with you? Are you normal? So either way, just do something you can keep up with. If you know you cannot keep up with the wig and all that, please, better do what you can do so that you can sustain yourself also in the marriage in case a guy decides not to be bringing money for that one. Either ways, just make sure you are self-sustainable yourself as a woman before you enter marriage and see shege. See you later.